And we are live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time, when we left off, we were running around in Freeside. We just finished robbing Mick and Ralph blind, and we were about to talk to them, see what they had to say, see what we can find out. Good morning, Nyron. Good morning, Vexmaster. It's delightful to see both of you, as always. Alright, let's start by talking to...
Hello there.
Mick, who's upstairs.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, I'm your man. For general supplies and other services, see my partner Ralph.
What guns do you have for sale?
Have a look.
Okay. How's business?
Things were better when the Omertas were buying, but we get by. Good selection from traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running.
Morning, Lone Wonder, and thank you. I appreciate the well wishes. Morning, Benjamin. What's the deal with the Omertas?
That's the thing. I have no idea. They just stopped buying guns all of a sudden. If you hear anything, let me know.
Good morning, Ethan. Thank you. Morning, Infinimora. Morning, His Headness. Thanks, Nyron. Will do.
Anything else I can help you with?
Could you repair some things for me?
Sure. Let's see what you've got.
Okay. And do you have any special items for sale?
Why? Do you work for one of the casinos?
Speech 30. No.
In that case, yes I do. Follow me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. 33. It's old, man. Not in a bad way, though. I actually feel pretty good about life and everything else this morning. Alright.
Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
Alright. So he's got some 50 cal MG, which I'm gonna buy. Can't particularly imagine being super interested in anything else. Yeah, no, we're good. Just apart from that. I can't actually get back there to raid all the good stuff. It's purely for decoration, or for decorative purposes, but we will take one last pencil and clipboard before we run out and talk to Ralph.
Well, if you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supplies.
What do you have in stock?
Take a gander.
We want the... We're going to want the container of chlorine, but I think we need to do some dialogue first. Oh, and look, we're able to sell him some stuff. Good.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Do you offer any other services? Good morning, Cyclo. It is my birthday today.
I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk.
Who is the king? A resourceful fellow such as yourself must have something on the side.
Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. No one can distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip passport which will fool even the most well-trained eye.
Now I see why you want to keep this low-key. And Ethan, no, I'm not really doing anything today. I'm going to the cabin this weekend to celebrate my birthday. Today is just going to be another work day.
Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. Any less, and it ain't worth the risk of getting caught. What do you say? You game?
Too steep for my blood, maybe later. I've already got enough caps to pass the credit check.
No problem. If you need one later, just stop in.
Like to buy a passport.
500 caps and it's yours.
Alright, I'd like to know more about Freeside.
What do you want to know?
Who's the king?
If you haven't heard of the king, you must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here.
Who are the Van Graffs?
They are the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game in town, and they keep it that way. Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them all to shame.
What's up with the Atomic Wrangler?
Their joint is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up loose ends with a bullet to the brain box.
I'd like to talk about something else.
Anything else I can help you with?
We need his container of chlorine for a later quest, so go ahead and buy that.
Another satisfied customer. Thanks for stopping in.
Now, I'm going to offload right quick. Well, let me check my carry weight and see if I need to offload. Because we need to pick up Veronica. Because, yeah, I'm going to offload. Going to the old Mormon fort advances her quest if she's with us when we go, so I'm actually going to go head out the north gate because I don't have it on my map yet. That'll make for faster travel in and out depending on where in Freeside I want to go. You always play weird-ass games, my friend. I don't mean that in a bad way or anything, it's just, you definitely do. Let's see about these guys. King's Gang Member. That was easy. Memphis Kid outfit. Now we can probably even do a little perimeter checking. And those are completely different areas, so we'll leave those alone. And over here, well, that's the Crimson Caravan, and okay, we're all caught up. Let's head to Big Mountain. Shouldn't have a ton to do here right now, but it's always good to process everything while we're here. Refresh our well-rested bonus. Like to hit the smart lights. I don't think I picked up any unique stuff either, so... The ambiance of people talking in the background is different. Gecko steak's actually pretty good food. I'll just hold on to that. What am I holding on to that I wasn't earlier? Nothing that I see. Okay, good.
Will sir be staying for any Will sir be staying for any...
Have you finally restocked, my dude? Nope. Never. Yes, I am getting messages. I'm ignoring them, though. Alright, we need to stop by the 188 and pick up Veronica. Tag team ass punching back once again.
What's up?
I think we should travel together.
Let's go make trouble. See you around.
Alright. Now, we can head to Freeside's North Gate, and then into the old Mormon fort. Sorry, these are work emails. I can't just blow them off. Have to make sure they don't require immediate replies. Alright. Let's start by murdering generics. And then we'll have a whole bunch of people to talk to. Followers guard, followers doctor. Oh, look, here are the Weathers. They made it. Yay. Beatrix Russell we're going to want to talk to. Didn't mean to do that.
I can't ever thank you enough for
so
saving
much
me.
Thank you.
freeing
We
me.
never would have
We're
escaped
free
without
now.
your help.
Alright. Let's look around in here. I don't think there's much in the way of food around here, but I'm gonna want to stay hidden.
What's your problem, lady?
There we go. Alright. Behind this one, there's nothing. Let's check it out. Good. Say that's not gonna work. Generic gambler. Oh, hey, look. I lost karma for a murder. It's like, first time ever. We'll be talking to Arcade later, but... Okay, we'll bounce back in here in a few moments. Keep looking around outside and in the other tents while we wait for him to get up and move. That's right, it is exactly the same way I kill everything else. The sneaky, fiery punch to the ass. Wayne and Ferris and Roy. Alright. They're named, so I assume they're going to factor into something eventually. Okay. Out of range. Should have known. There. Alright. Let's start talking to people. First up is Beatrix Russell.
Howdy.
So who are you?
I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire, but it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked who I could chat up about liquor got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun.
What are you doing with the followers?
I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door.
I bet you've seen a lot over the years.
I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore.
It's a bit cryptic, Beatrix.
Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while?
Let's talk about something
What do
else.
you have in mind?
Got any advice to share?
Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules.
Got any advice to share?
The only thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing.
Got any advice to share?
Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time.
Got any advice to share?
Feed a man for free, and he'll be back asking for more. Feed a man a bullet, you won't hear from him again.
I have some questions.
And I may have answers.
Tell me about Freeside.
What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees.
What about the Kings?
What about them? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The king himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin.
What do you think of the NCR?
I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple.
What's your opinion of Mr. House?
Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people.
What do you think of the followers of the apocalypse?
I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart.
What do you know about the Van Graffs?
Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one, but she'd slit your throat if there's a profit in it. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing.
Let's talk about something else.
What did you want to know?
Goodbye.
Later. Hello there.
Alright, let's go talk to these three. Oh, Wayne and Ferris and Roy, we apparently can't talk to. Alright, let me find Arcade. Talk to him next. We're not going to recruit him as a companion yet. In fact, I'm not even certain we can at this point.
What's up? Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel cacti and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
What's the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar's Legion speaks?
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Where did you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
Do you know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
He what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
I'm starting to remember hearing some rumors about you and this crazy guy called Caesar. Bad. Not a friend of the followers. Maybe they're not all true. That's enough for me to stand here and talk to you, but I'm not about to leave Freeside as your comrade in arms.
Hello again. Still in one piece, I see.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Like I said before, not all followers are good with people. I'm fine doing research back here, even if it is a bit boring and pointless and a complete waste of time. Don't mind me. I'm just voicing my thoughts so they don't burrow out of my skull in a fit of abject despondency.
Okay, let's talk
Certainly.
about something else. Do you need any help?
Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible, though. Caveat Samaritanus.
Goodbye.
See you around.
And let's talk to Julie.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard.
You need medical supplies?
Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long.
What do you need?
Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services.
You got yourself a deal. Seems like you need a steady supply, not just whatever I can grab for you.
So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you.
Which merchants might be willing to make a deal?
You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out.
You've got yourself a deal.
Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in.
Let's talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
Things seem pretty rough here in Freeside.
More than rough. It's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community, if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up.
You said something about helping addicts?
Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own.
Tell me about Bill Ronte.
Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up.
Quest added, high times. Find Bill Ronte, find Jacob Hoff. Tell me about Jacob.
The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist.
Where should I start looking?
In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the Atomic Wrangler. I'd start there.
I'll see what I can do to help them.
Sobering them up and putting them back to work would go a long way toward helping Freeside.
I'd like to talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
If I wanted to calm things down in Freeside, where would I start?
The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail.
Let's see. Let's talk about Freeside.
What did you want to know?
What's all the fuss about the water pump?
Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. It was a major improvement for the community. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. That'll come to no good.
Who are the Kings?
They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of Vegas. They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of NCR squatters has been an affront to them. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. Usually, the king wouldn't let his crew bully folks around like that.
What do you know about Mick and Ralph?
I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. I hear Mick handles the guns. No idea what Ralph does.
Tell me about the Van Graffs.
Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors looking to explore the wastes. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths, though at least Gloria is rational. Jean-Baptiste likes killing.
What's the Atomic Wrangler?
A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high enough to stay lazy. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. What is it with Freeside and brother-sister psychopath teams?
Let's talk about something else.
What did you want to know?
Let's see, none of those. What is this place?
The old Mormon fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region.
What do you do here?
The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can to help humanity. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. We also have organized reconstruction efforts. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here, but the Kings quickly took control of the pump.
Who are the followers of the Apocalypse?
We arose from the boneyards of Edidum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas.
Let's talk about something else.
What do you want to talk about?
Alright, that's it for her for now. And that should...
Can't help but be impressed with what they're doing here.
Let's say that should trigger Veronica's dialogue.
Hey, you got a second?
There we go. What is it?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
I'll take you back there first chance I get.
Great! Thanks. Thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after me. Seriously.
Quest added, I could make you care. Go with Veronica to talk to the Brotherhood of Steel Elder at Hidden Valley. Okay, yeah, she's still following. Let's finish exploring the fort, and then we're going to pause our explorations of Freeside and go advance the Brotherhood quest line. Before going back, we want to go to Black Mountain to get the last holotapes. And if you know the game at all, you realize that a lot of other stuff gets triggered at Black Mountain too. There's still a lot to do in the main game, and that even leaves aside the 2 expansions we haven't done yet. Alright, this little tower's devoid of useful stuff. I think there's only one other one. This is where Julie's little headquarters is, where we find the old Mormon Fort snow globe. How far am I percent-wise, if I could guess? Probably, in terms of raw content throughout the main game, probably 60-ish%, maybe. It's hard to know for sure. There's just so much to do. But I'd say north of 50, but not by a whole lot. We haven't even met half the companions yet. Well, we've met them, but we haven't... You know what I mean. There's the snow globe for the old Mormon fort. You found a limited edition Mojave Landmark snow globe. Alright, that's it for the fort. Let me check my carry weight. Oh, we're fine. Now, I don't go with Veronica to talk to the Brotherhood of Steel Elder at Hidden Valley. I don't particularly want her along with me for this next bit, so I don't think it's going to fuck up the quest if I dismiss her, which is what I want to do.
What's up?
Time for us to part ways. Just think we should right now.
Then I guess I'll be back at the 188.
Yeah, no, we keep the quest. Okay. Now, we're going to fast travel back to Sloan. It's not Deathclaw time, don't worry. Good morning, John. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. We just finished chatting up the old Mormon fort, if you're wondering. And now we're going to... It's going to be a while before we go back to Freeside and mess around with anything tangentially related to the main quest. But from Sloan, we're going to begin making our way up towards Black Mountain. We want to head northeast. The next location we hit is going to be Neil's shack. Before we go back to the Brotherhood, I want to do Black Mountain because that's where the third and final patrol with the holotapes is, if you're wondering. Oh, he's ranged out a little farther than I remember. Maybe we should go get our anti-map. See, Christine's is okay. You can certainly deal with them using it, but the anti-mat will one-shot him. Yeah, we're not ready to clear the quarry yet. That I want to bring in the anti-mat for. Just get the one that was out here on the main road and call it good for now. Lot of crafting items, or otherwise useful items, showing up in this anonymous little shack. Yeah, just a little bit further. Just want to make sure I don't get bum rushed by another death claw. Yeah, so you can see there are a whole bunch of them, but yeah, I'm not gonna try and clear the quarry, but I do want to deal with the ones that are alarmingly close to the road. Okay. That should be good for now, and I should have realized that they were going to be there and brought along the anti-mat, but it's alright. Holster your weapon at Gamora. Those two I don't care about because they're past where I'm trying to go. Bag that one, maybe. Anybody who might see me just running up and down the road, I'm concerned enough about to deal with now. Otherwise, we're good. Later, bros. Now let's head up the road toward Black Mountain. No, there won't be any streams this weekend. I'm leaving town tomorrow night and won't be back until Monday morning. So unfortunately, this is all you're gonna get. I intend to be extremely drunk at the cabin the entirety of the weekend. It's my birthday plans. Alright, so first thing we discover is Neil's shack. And Neil is a friendly super mutant who's going to warn us away.
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on.
What makes this a dangerous place?
You must have heard her radio broadcasts. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very closely. The voice on the radio belongs to Tabitha, the supreme commander of Black Mountain, or as she calls it, the state of Utopia. She took control of this place almost 2 years ago. The super mutants here do whatever she says, and she says humans are to be killed on sight.
Speech 50. Sounds like you've had enough of Tabitha. What if you had some help? Well, we'll do that later, because I think it might end the conversation. How did Tabitha end up in control? Head to the summit of Black Mountain and end Tabitha's reign of terror. That's the crazy, crazy, crazy quest. Anyway, how did Tabitha end up in control?
For years, Black Mountain was a peaceful community. Its leader, Marcus, broadcast an invitation to mutants throughout the wasteland. That's how I found Black Mountain. So did others, most of them second-generation mutants. Marcus welcomed everyone. That was his mistake. The community ended up being mostly second-gen, not very bright, but easy to influence. Fine until the Nightkin came along, led by Tabitha. In a week, she had most of the second-gens thinking she was some kind of prophet, and that she should be broadcasting her truth, not Marcus. Marcus saw what was coming and decided to leave before things got out of hand. He smashed the radio and left to found Jacobstown.
You say Marcus smashed the radio. Not very well, apparently.
There's a sad story behind that. Marcus smashed it just fine, but while we were gone, some ghoul named Raoul came along. Tabitha turned him into her personal mechanic. A slave, really. See, if I'd been standing down here, I could have warned him before it was too late.
Why are you here instead of Jacobstown?
Marcus sent me here a couple of months ago to check on Black Mountain. I suppose you could say I came here as a spy. But with no signs of Tabitha's weakening and none of the second gens ready to revolt or to come to Jacobstown, there wasn't much I could do. Down here, on the other hand, I've saved a dozen mutants from heading up the mountain. It's not much, but it's something. I have my own reasons to stay away from Jacobstown for a while. Reasons we won't be discussing. So I've stayed here.
Let's see. Thanks for the warning, but I can take care of myself.
Yes, I hear that sometimes. And then I never see the people who said it again.
Second-gen mutants are mutants that were created later.
Still hanging about?
First-gen mutants are mutants that directly were turned by or worked for the Master in Fallout 1. Let's see, thanks for the warning, but I can take care of myself.
You do look like someone who can take care of himself. But I think you'll find this is more than you bargained for. Still hanging about?
Second-gen mutants are stupider. First-gen mutants like Neil keep a lot of their intelligence. What sort of trouble should I expect if I head up?
The road is a series of switchbacks up to the peak. There are 3 blockades plus patrols. Sneaking past them would be difficult. Just before the peak is a kind of shanty village. More second-gens there. And then there's Tabitha's compound, heavily guarded by her Nightkin.
Remind me what I should expect if I head up?
The road is a series of switchbacks up to the peak. There are 3 blockades plus patrols. Sneaking past them would be difficult. Just before the peak is a kind of shanty village. More second-gens there. And then there's Tabitha's compound, heavily guarded by her Nightkin.
Okay, you seem friendly for a mutant.
Keep saying things like that and I won't be so friendly. Not every super mutant is a brain-damaged brute. Many of us are just as intelligent as basic humans. And the rest don't really have any choice in the matter, do they?
Sorry about that. No offense intended.
And none taken. since you apologized.
What is Jacobstown?
The opposite of Black Mountain. A stable community of mutants, mostly, led by a mentally stable leader. Humans are welcome there, so long as they behave themselves. Look northwest of Red Rock Canyon if you want to find it.
Okay. Tell me about the Nightkin.
The Nightkin are vicious in combat, and that's if you see them coming. Most don't. They were created to be soldiers and given devices to camouflage them in battle. Unfortunately, the devices drove most of them mad over time. They spend most of their time at the top of the mountain, but patrol the roads after dark as well. You do well to avoid the mountain at night.
Speech 50. Sounds like you've had enough of Tabitha. What if you had some help?
Help would improve the odds. Help might just make the difference. All right, if you're good enough at what you do to meet me in the village up near the peak, we can talk further. I'll have a plan by the time I see you, if I see you. Good luck. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to get up there than it will be for me.
Alright. There goes Neil. Optional. Meet Neil in the village near the summit of Black Mountain. Let's turn that radio off. Oh, we're done chatting. I've still got about 15 minutes left to go, so... we actually want to go up at night, because we would prefer the extra experience of also having the Nightkin to fight, because this is me we're talking about, so... here goes. For now, we can just keep following the switchback road. The first real landmark we're going to find is a dead NCR trooper off to our left. Keep out. Oh, I do love Big Iron. I sing it at karaoke night sometimes. I already looked in there. That was silly of me. Not to remember that. I forgot to be in sneak mode because I'm a fucking idiot. Or somehow I stood up without meaning to. Where? There he is. Oh, okay. He just spawned in behind me, didn't he? So that's how this shit goes down. Oh, come on, get up there. Don't make me loop back out in front of him. That's not very sporting at all. There we go. He's got a super sledge. I don't really care. I have no idea where this thunderstorm noise is coming from. It's interesting, though. So here's our dead NCR trooper. Watch out for those falling rocks. Disarm the bear traps on our way up. Do all that, you can get up here to the gore bag. A few caps and a few other little bits of loot. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, super mutants are sterile. It's the only way they can make more of themselves is to kidnap ordinary humans and dunk them in the FEV. Alright. With that little bit cleared out, we actually want to try, after making sure I haven't missed anything back here. I'm much more inclined to... Oh, hello. That's interesting. Deathclaw is gonna fuck them all up for me. How interesting. Emergent gameplay, everyone. Oh, dehydrated. Hooray. Because that's what I need at a moment like this. Yeah, so if you were wondering, you know, if there was any sort of open question in your mind about the relative strengths of Deathclaws and super mutants, I would say, now you know. Although it looks like they finally took it out. Let's go up there and make sure any and all corpses have been looted. And then we'll run back down and explore the rest of the main path like I wanted to. He did take out one other mutant. So. Not bad, Deathclaw, buddy. 5 muties is pretty impressive. Wrong one. What the hell?
You.
Alright, there we go. Okay, see, I'm not cool with that. Bats just went full fucking fail sauce on me out of nowhere. That is more like it.
Searching is boring.
Okay, I have no idea how the hell those weren't hits. I'm a little fucking annoyed by it, though.
I know you're here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Just let me have one more headshot. Hell, even one more ass punch would do it. Come on.
Stupid ears. There's no noise out here.
Not sure how we got so radiated, but... That was a hell of a thing. I think we're good now, though. So, now, let's do what I said I was going to do and sneak back down the way we came, back onto the main path, and explore the whole thing on our way up. I really need these fucking emails to stop. It's just annoying. Anyway, down we go. Rat away, because why not? I've got plenty. It's almost time for us to end, but we'll head up here. We'll deal with some nightkin. Maybe, I think. Probably. I thought anyway. It's hard to see. Nobody seems to be spawning in right now. What that's worth. Goodies. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Infinimora. Thank you for the bits, thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate you always being here to watch, my friend. Alright, let's pop a Rad-X. So we got some centaurs up here to deal with. Some are of the evolved persuasion. Okay, yeah, that one was evolved. I think that's everybody. Not quite. Anyone else I missed? Before I dive down into the crater to do some looting. Yeah, got one up here. Now we had a good reason to come out here besides the experience of killing all the centaurs. This centaur crater is where the third... Ooh, Mo. He must have been a boss. I wonder he took so many shots. The third and final Brotherhood Paladin is down here. So, let's get his ammo and his mission holotape. Mission statement CB3 completed. Find the missing Brotherhood patrol at Black Mountain and retrieve their mission holotape. Return to Elder McNamara with the 3 patrol mission holotapes. Alrighty. With that, we can clear out the rest of the main road, and then when I get back to the top, Black Mountain itself, I'm going to end today's stream. Falling rocks. Good, I needed some free 08 rounds. I thought there were more nightkin if we came up here at night, but apparently not. So anyway, we're back to here now. And up here at the top, there's plenty to do, but I am out of time. So, I will pop another Rad-X. We're going to end today's stream here. For those of you watching live on Twitch, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, I hope you'll consider hitting the follow button so you can see next time we go live. If you're watching later on YouTube, I hope you'll like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you saw. I stream at odd, unpredictable hours and early in the morning, but all of my content eventually makes its way over to YouTube. And regardless of the platform you're on, I hope you'll consider joining the Discord server. The link to do so is either in the Twitch channel description or the YouTube video description. We discuss what you'd like to see me play, make official announcements, and just generally talk about a lot of other stuff too. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. The next stream will be more Fallout next Tuesday morning, back on the standard schedule. So until then, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all again. Bye-bye.